Good morning. Good morning, replay viewers and live viewers. Hi, everybody. Thought I'd show you progress on the dogs. You guys have been following along with this. It has nothing to do with our topic. Here's how the dogs are going. 5 down, 2 to go. This was my biggest art challenge ever, to get 7 dogs on a piece of paper, a piece of illustration board. Hey, everybody. I just thought I'd show you the update. 2 more. 2 more. Bottom right. Oh. Here's who I am real quick. Michelle Wolf. Thanks. Oh, yeah. CaddyshackDesigns.com is where you can find me and everything I do. That's my thing, Linda. Oh, don't start this. The camera's going super slow. Here's what we're actually here to talk about. 7. They're not all alive. Here we go with this thing. Thank you, Michelle. The artwork's on there, the Reiki's on there, Desire Map stuff. Oh gosh, you guys, get ready for some like tippity-tappity sounds. It's going so slow. I noticed that when the signal's slow, I have a really hard time getting this to turn around. I'll just pretend that... Oh! Again with the orange ceiling. Always with the orange ceiling. Oops, what's that light thing? Hold on. Ooh. The cats have been playing with the shades again. I'll just move. Okay. Good morning. Little art distraction. Tanya, are you here? Tanya's husband, Ben, has developed a technique for blending with colored pencils, and blending with colored pencils is, hey, I think Ben could Periscope his color blending technique. Then make a bunch of YouTube videos, write a book, go on a book tour, and then become rich and retire and do whatever. You could hold the camera. You guys, what's his handle? It's Moore, last name Moore, in Moore, like B Moore, maybe? B Moore. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I do black and white, so B Moore Tattoo. That's Tanya's husband's handle. Follow him, and if we can get him to agree to scope that, you'll get the notification. Delta Jean. How's everybody doing today? I haven't been awake that long. I've actually been awake off and on for hours and hours and hours. It's one of those nights. Fall asleep, wake up. Fall asleep, wake up. I also have some tattoo ideas in mind. I have a lot of plans for Ben. I hope y'all don't mind. Oh yeah, Tanya, make sure he has a cat's channel. Oh, Michelle. The coughing is horrible. Oh, everyone had a rough night? Oh. It's hard to get going when you haven't had much sleep. Let's start here and see if we can get in our groove. You don't mind. I have a tattoo idea I've never been able to find a good rendering of. Okay. Maybe when we dive into our Tao, we can, I can get a little more of my groove on. I actually feel okay. I just don't know where my brain is. Do you know that thing where you're in and out of sleep and you have a bunch of weird dreams and then you wake up? Oh, I have some ideas. And I want something done with this tattoo on my arm. It's not right either. I'll send him pictures of that and some ideas and stuff. Maybe, is he off in the summer? Maybe we'll save that for summer. Oh, and then you have a bunch of weird dreams and stuff, and then you don't know quite which world you're in once you do get up. I'm like, am I in the world where I scope every day and talk about stuff, or I am in the dream world? Where am I? Today is water and stone. Two of my favorite topics. No joke. The sound of water over rocks is my favorite sound in the whole world. If the, big rocks where there's like a hole and it makes an echoey sound, that sound of water going over stone is my absolute favorite sound. Good morning, Susan. And today's is called Water Over Stone. What's softest in the world rushes and runs over what's hardest in the world. The immaterial enters the impenetrable. So I know the good in not doing, the wordless teaching, the profit in not doing. Not many people understand it. Okay, we've had a couple of days where I've been like, hey, Lau, I'm not sure I'm following what you're saying here. Hi, Denise. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I've had the past, I want to say the last two of the Tao Te Ching chapters I've been a little baffled by, and it's taken me a while to really kind of get it. And I'm not sure that I ever actually did get it. This one I get. I get this one. What's softest in the world rushes and runs over what's hardest in the world. The immaterial enters the impenetrable. So I know the good in not doing. The wordless teaching. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see my alarm go off? 43, Tanya. The wordless teaching, the profit in not doing. Not many people understand it. There's so many things I could say about this. Water always wears away stone. To me, this is an analogy I used to use when I was teaching. When I worked at a residential facility with boys 13 to 19-ish. A lot of 18, 19, 20-year-old people used to come to work there. So, they needed a lot of training. And they really a lot of them wanted to enforce the rules by hammering down on the kids. Well, first of all, these kids are generally multi-generational gang kids. So issuing an order is how they ended up with us anyway. They don't do well with orders. And so you have to plant a lot of seeds, and you have to have the image of water dropping on stone. A little at a time, a little at a time. Obviously, there's some rules that had to be enforced. But there's an energy. You can enforce a rule or issue a command with an energy of aggression, or with an energy of, this is how it is, and this is how we do it. So, and I care about you, and we still have to go in now, or whatever. As a parent, you know that difference. If you've ever trained an animal, you know that difference. If you're asking or issuing a command with a hesitation or doubt in your mind that it's going to be followed or that you have the ability to enforce it, it's weak. It comes out weak, and a kid and an animal can hear that in your voice 100 zillion miles away, and they won't respond. And then you got a mess on your hands. And if you keep going, you've got a power struggle on your hands, which sometimes in extreme cases turns into violence. You can't force water. Oh yeah, kids will work you. They will work you solid if they can hear that hesitation in your voice. You can't force water. You can't hold on to it. You can contain it. You can make water safe. You can't force it. It goes where it wants to go. And it will eventually, over time, wear down even the hardest rock. A flow of love toward another person will wear down even the hardest heart. That's why you can't join people who are doing hateful things. You can't join them with the energy of hate and expect it's going to make any change. It's not. Hate already matches where they are. They're already in hate energy, so your energy is quite familiar to them. When you offer love energy, You offer a contrast. You offer a way out if they want it. You offer a road, a light in the dark. However you want to think of that, whatever image you want to put on it. If you match a hateful person with hate, you're not even just the same as they are. I don't know. Love is I guess contrast is the best word I can think of. Love is that light in the dark, and they notice love because it's different than them. Same with anybody who's injured or in pain. If you join them in their pain, they can't see a way out. Now you're both in the pain pit. You shine a light of love and caring and hope. That stands out in the darkness, and a person can reach toward that and use it to pull their own energy up. You have to have something to reach toward. And if you don't know what love feels like, you need somebody broadcasting that in your environment to even understand what it is you're actually craving. Does that make sense? Here's me, blah, 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 blah. For someone who just woke up, I got an awful lot to say. Tanya. This Divine Beloved card Tanya made for me, I love it. I have it all the time. It literally disappeared for about 2 days, and I was looking everywhere. I couldn't find it. And it was one of those deals where you're looking so hard for something, you don't see it. Which is interesting because this is something I did want to remember to tell you. When you're looking for something so hard, you don't see it. You can't see it. And remember that the very act of reaching toward a feather creates the breeze that pushes it away from you. If you're reaching toward something, it's going away from you. Flip that hand over and let God give to you. Let the universe give to you. So I'm looking for this card everywhere. I look at this card every day. It says Divine Beloved on it if you can't see it. It's absolutely gorgeous. And that's how I think of Source. That's the word I use in my own head is Divine Beloved. I'm looking. I'm accusing Heath of throwing it away. I'm accusing the cats of eating it or hiding it or burying it or whatever cats do with things. Couldn't find it. I think 3 days. Yesterday, or the days that we talk about money, remember that you have to match that feeling of money first. Then that energy brings up all the tangled stories around money. You have to deconstruct those. Then you write a new one that turns your money story into glory. A glorious experience instead of a deprived experience. But remember, if you're looking so hard for something, you push it away. Looking so hard for this card, I completely missed it. So, looking hard for money, you'll miss it. Looking hard for love, you're going to miss it. Because you have that energy of searching. Me too. The feather one always gets me. When you reach for a feather, the very act of reaching toward it creates the breeze that lifts it and pushes it away. So if you're thinking of something you want, let it come to you. It's a complete gear shift, and I know it's hard. I struggle with it still. But I'm noticing the more that I spin that around and I activate the energy of having it already and sit in that feeling. Think about it. If you had all the money in the world, money wouldn't cross your mind other than if you had plans to do something with it. It's not something you'd think about, sit around and think about, how can I get money? How can I make money? How can I change the numbers in my bank account? How can I make some more sales? How can I twist some more arms? How can I work more hours? Those thoughts wouldn't even be in your mind. So you've got to, and honestly, and you know this, they don't freaking work anyway. You sit and stress and worry about money. You've done it for years. It hasn't changed a thing. Try something else for 30 days. Try flipping it backwards for 30 days and don't think about money. When you catch yourself thinking it, find something else to do. I would suggest not eating a donut in place of that. Read a book. Get on Periscope. Meditate. Take a walk. Do anything you can do to not have those kind of lack money thoughts. And imagine you've already got it. You don't need to think about money. It's already there. That is how the do nothing creates the profit. Okay? The wordless teaching, the profit in not doing. There's a profit in not doing, and there's actual profit in not doing. There's actual money increases in letting that go. Walking is so good. It's such a good thing to do. See if you can, see if I can get that to focus. It's not focusing, is it? I don't know why the camera's so slow today. It never focused, did it? There it is. Whoops. The profit in not doing. All kinds of profit in not doing. Money profit, energy profit. I know the good in not doing. Yes, dancing, Koya dancing. Koya Book Club coming up February 23rd with Sarah Ballard. ThriveWithSarah.com if you're not following her yet. At Thrive with Sarah. Okay, so let's read Stephen Mitchell's. I've been going on and on here for a bit. Sometimes I just go on and on. Can't stop myself. Don't care to. Okay, 43. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. Koya with Sarah. The gentlest thing in the world overcomes the hardest thing in the world. That which has no substance enters where there is no space. This shows the value of non-action. Teaching without words, performing without actions, that is the master's way. Isn't it interesting that some days Ursula Le Guin's translation makes most sense. Some days Stephen Mitchell totally missed it. He totally missed the value of that chapter, this verse today. I like having both to go back and forth when there's a day that I don't understand one. It seems like the other one gets it, explains it to me. Hold on here. You gotta jet in some caffeine. I gotta have a caffeine shot. Hold on. If you have coffee, take it. Let's do a coffee shot together. Let's drink. Ouch, that's hot. Let's not drink so quickly. You guys, if you follow Matt Belisai, he got picked up. Of course he did, because he's so stinking funny. He got a contract for, bigger and better things. More money and yay, coffee. He's off to his success. Doing without doing, okay? He had a passing idea. Matt Belisai. Bellasai. He had an idea, hey, it'd be funny if I sat at my desk once a week and got drunk and talked about the stuff that he was already talking about. Look what happened to him. If you've joined late, my name's Michelle Wolf. Have a commercial break. CaddyshackDesigns.com. Now, when you go to my website, you're going to see reviews for cat products. You're at the right website. My cat product reviews are something that entertains me greatly, and I love it. At the top is where the serious work is. I want donut glazed tears. I would love to see you guzzle down wine and scope. It's a triple win, because we would win too. Yes. Okay. Byron Katie, let's see what old Byron's got to say about this. $43, the gentlest thing in the world. Donuts. Oh my God. You guys, I do not really care that much about having celiac-ish type issues and having to avoid gluten. It really doesn't bother me that much. Unless I'm driving past a Krispy Kreme and they have that smell, the donut smell, and donuts will mess me up. Every now and then I can cheat on a breadstick or a piece of pizza or like Zaxby's chicken fingers or something. Every now and then I can get away with that. I can't get away with a donut. Donut will tear me up. But there is no better smell than a Krispy Kreme. It's the worst. Where are you, Susan? I forgot where you're at. The gentlest thing in the world is an open mind. Chicago. Pasta. Chicago is not that far away. I don't think. The gentlest thing in the world is an open mind. Since it doesn't believe what it thinks, it's flexible, porous, without opposition, without defense. Nothing has power over it. If I start to drool because Susan's talking about glazed and infused donuts, somebody tell me. Yeah. If you see like a string of something coming off my face, say, hey, you're drooling, wipe that shit off. Oh, you're killing me. Hey, Heidi. It's a road trip. Okay. Nothing has power over an open mind. You know that, right? You know that by now. If you've been here even 5 minutes. Nothing has power over an open mind. There's a Sprinkles in Atlanta. I know, yay! Oh, Krispy Kreme. Oh, donuts. I've had a few gluten-free donuts. They're not the same. They're not bad, but they're not the same. They're no Krispy Kreme. Nothing can resist an open mind either. If you come at somebody with an open mind and you listen to them and then you talk and you listen and talk and listen and talk. Oh, Michelle. No, it's not. It's not worth the price. It's too much. It hurts. Too painful. I'm going to live vicariously through Michelle and pretend I had a Krispy Kreme too. The hardest thing in the world, a closed mind, can't resist the power of openness. Ultimately, the truth flows into it and through it like water through rock. When the mind first becomes a student of itself, it learns that nothing in the world can oppose it. Everything is for it. Everything adds to it. Oh, not worth the amount they charge. I don't know. I'd pay a lot for a good gluten-free donut. You can get an excellent gluten-free cupcake. Just with the Betty Crocker gluten-free cake mix, make cupcakes out of that. Oh yes, that's very good. When the mind realizes it's nothing, it can penetrate everywhere because it is in a fearless, undefended state. And it's hungry for knowledge. I know that you have that experience too. You're just hungry. You're just hungry for information. People are afraid to be nothing, but being nothing is only one aspect of it. Not only is it nothing to be afraid of, it's a cause for celebration. Without your stressful story, there is no stress. Duh. Without your stressful story, there is no stress. When you don't believe your thoughts, there's laughter and peace. There are names for a place like that. I call it heaven. And how can people know what nothingness is while they still believe what they think? Something is better than nothing. Can you absolutely know that that's true? Oh, Pamela's are great. Pamela's pancake mix, better than regular pancakes. Duh. Jeez, guys. No stressful story. No stressful reaction. Pamela's cookies. Anything Pamela's gluten-free. Man, I'm telling you, her pancake mix is better than like any IHOP pancake ever. They're excellent. Truly delicious. Right. Oh, Byron, she lives in heaven. The truly open mind doesn't have a goal or a purpose other than to be what it is. So it's not out searching for money. It's not out searching for love. It's being what it is and radiating you can take every single bit of everything out there and boil it down to, if you did all day whatever it took to remain in love, and listen to your stories that come up to try and push you out of that state and work with them. That's it. That's done. The All You Need Is Love Beatles song is true. It's true. It's all you need. Everything else comes of it. Staying centered in that brings up your stories. Right. Byron Katie shouldn't be so peaceful all the time, that hag. We'll do a worksheet on a resentment of Byron Katie. I've heard her on videos get impatient with people, though. She's not perfect. She's still in a human body. She's just ahead of where we are and demonstrates what we'd like to be. She's our light in the dark. If she joins us in our demented storytelling, we wouldn't see her. Correct. Yes. Good clarification. All you need is your own love and your connection to source, whatever you call that. Okay. When the mind opens, you lose everything and you're grateful for it. I'm sitting here as a woman, and in the next realization I'm a galaxy or an ant. It doesn't matter. You lose everything, and then there's the re-entry. On a good hair day, don't you love to look in the mirror? That's what it's like. You're looking in the mirror at nothing, delighted. When you're nothing, it's always a good hair day. I can't say I'm there yet on the hair issue. I do like looking in the mirror, though, when Morgan's blown my hair out and does my color and stuff. I love it. Okay. I can't know what the world is going to be. My body is never the same twice. It's tired, it's rested, it's large, it's thin. I never recognize it. I see it as old, and that's lovely. And then it shifts and becomes a young girl. It's like glimpsing something, then you look again, and it wasn't that at all. Haven't you had that experience where you look at yourself one day and you're like, hey, not so bad. And then another day you're like, Jesus, what the hell happened there? You go back and forth. It's the same face. It's the same face you're looking at. Your face didn't change overnight. It's your mindset. It's totally and completely your mindset. Your face, I promise you, did not change over the course of 2 days. So that's a really clear experience that I'm going to say every woman has probably had, and certainly plenty of men, that demonstrates how your mindset influences what you see. Are you sure? Lynn's like, oh no, I think my face might have changed. She thinks of her body in third person a lot, though. She writes about that. She calls it it. It will hold a cup of tea. It will apply lotion. It applies the lotion to its skin. Ew. My world is one of constantly shifting forms. There's nothing I can count on in it. Not my age, not my body, not who is with me, not my identity, not the century, not the planet that I live on. Mind appears, if it appears, only to end itself. The projected world goes first, then the mind that projected it. Your work is you start where you're making judgments. You start where you're like, where you're swimming in shoulds and shouldn'ts. That person should do this, they shouldn't do that, they. You start picking that apart, it comes back to you. You shouldn't, you should. And then it goes inside, and it just starts to fall apart. You don't have to work so hard at this. You don't have to go look for problems. They're right there. If you look around in your environment, find something you judge as good or bad. Start there. Think about a list of people. Find the one that irritates you the most. Start there. It will show you what you need to know. Yeah. Whew, take a deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Silence is all that's possible. And it's interesting that it says silence, but it's actually all the sound in the world, but it becomes like this underlying chorus of sound that sounds like silence, if that makes sense. It's completely paradoxical. It's every sound in the world, and it's silent. Space is not silent. There's noise there. The depths of the ocean is not actually silent. There's still sound. We just can't hear it. Silence is all that's possible. The openness of never having existed in the first place. That's where I live. When it's over, it's over. You can't create or uncreate it, and you wouldn't want to. Every sound and no sound. I think part of what, for me, made Enya's music so mind-blowing is the way she layered sound. To me, sounded like what space would sound like if I could hear it. Like it sounded like what, if I could hear with my physical ears, what a chorus of angels would sound like. She did does, I guess. I don't know if she's still producing. Enya, layering sound. Yeah, that's, I think, the closest I can get to imagining what angels sound like. Yeah. We can't know what it's going to be. We can't go looking for stuff. The truly open mind doesn't have a goal or a purpose other than to be what it is. The truly open mind does without doing. If you drop your agenda, you're not going to sit on the couch and binge on Netflix all day. You might for a few hours because then you're like a little kid, right? You're like, ha ha, you can't make me do anything. I'm going to watch Netflix for 14 hours. And then you're like, ugh, no, I don't feel very good. So what do I want to do instead? If you give yourself permission to drop it all, you give your soul permission to start talking to you, and you'll be able to hear it. So I think people get really afraid at the thought of, well, if I stop looking for money, I'm never going to have it. Until you stop looking for money, you're never going to have it. Because you're looking for it. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard to live in that space. It really is. The prayers help if you're not using them in I'm going to say this prayer so that I can get money. Yes. Yes, you give your soul permission to talk to you. It's not going to bang your door down. It's not aggressive. It is that water. Your soul is the water. It's not aggressive in that way. It's the softest in the world. What's softest in the world rushes and runs over what's hardest in the world. It's the immaterial. The immaterial enters the impenetrable. I know the good in not doing. The wordless teaching. The profit in not doing. And you can read that word profit with many different meanings. Material profit, spiritual profit, energetic profit. And not many people understand it. Appreciation. Not gratitude, because gratitude implies that time that you remember that you didn't have it. So for the prosperity prayers that are going out there that are so beautiful, and this Shreem Brazi chant and things like that are so beautiful and I enjoy them. I really do. But make sure that you're acknowledging that you're just activating what's already in you. Too often we have a hidden agenda about saying that prayer. Like, oh, I'm going to say this prayer for 30 days and then I'm going to get. I'm doing action A to get result Z. I'm doing this prayer because I want this. There's an achievement. I'm going to do this to get that. If this, then that. We all are. You're just not sure about those prayers that are obviously asking for something more. Right. It keeps you in a state of awareness that you don't have it right now. Do you see? That's the reaching for the feather and pushing it away. if you're saying a prayer that's obviously saying I'm reaching for something more, you're keeping the, I'll reword it. It's the feeling. So I like a lot of those prayers because I'm like, yeah, I am this. I am there. And sometimes those prayers can be really helpful to start playing with the concept that nothing is too good for you. The one that Brooke Kaylin? The one that she's doing that's pretty long. Yeah, just don't do it, yes, to raise the feeling of abundance. Just don't do it with the concept that, yes, some of them are so beautiful. Right, no finish line. Be very careful that your ego doesn't sneak into those prayer sessions and say, oh, cool. We've got this tool now. Now we're going to get rich. Now we're going to get the money. Careful for the word get. Remembering your natural abundance. Chanting for connection allows me to feel that I have it all. The little Japanese ladies, no matter what you ask them about for chanting, they would always say, chant for happiness. No, ego. Tell it, no. This is not a tool. It's not a tool. Okay, let's do it this way. The prayers are not a tool to get. They're a tool to remember. Does that simplify it better? Don't use the prayers or the Shrimberzi chant as a tool to get. Use it as a tool to remember, to activate what's already there, to appreciate what you already have outside of you and inside of you. Likey lots. To feel, yes, Susan, to feel. Oh, I need to write that down. Let's write that down because I'm afraid I'll forget it. Sometimes these things come flying out of my mouth and then later I'm like, what did I say about that? Let me write it down. To strengthen, to feel. Yes. Then you're appreciating what, oh, you did. A tool to remember. Not a tool to get. Or achieve. Whatever. Whatevs. A tool to remember. Not a tool to get or achieve. Armpit halo. Ooh, magic. I think the prosperity programs work if you work them in the right direction. I think too often they keep you bound up in poverty. Yes, I think they almost keep you locked into poverty. That's a laser pit. I'm like Cyclops from the X-Men, but with my armpit. Watch out! Duh! Zinged you. I need some sunglasses for that pit there. Do you guys watch the X-Men? I'm a total X-Men nerd. Although they have lost me in the last few years. I'll tell you when the X-Men lost me. Yes, remember who you are. Of course, Tanya says, of course. Here's where the X-Men lost me. When at the end of, and I'm terrible at remembering titles, you guys know that, I'm sorry. Where the Jean Grey character turns into the Phoenix and asks Wolverine to kill her because her power is out of control. I was furious in the theater. I was like, that sums up the patriarchal attitude. You're going to love this. This is like random shit, I think. That sums up how people view feminine power. When the feminine power gets really big, we get scared of it, and it's out of control and burning this shit down of everything and destroying the world, so we have to crush it. Good job, Wolverine. I was mad when I left the theater. There's something to be said for not thinking so much and overanalyzing things. Yes, we're out of control. We need Wolverine to come and save us. We're just too powerful. Kill me, Wolverine. I can't handle all this power. Whatever. Screw you, X-Men. I was really annoyed by that storyline. What questions do you have? Careful with the searching. I tell you, Hugh Jackman could come over to my... yeah. Let's just let that go. Whoop. Nope. Yeah. You never know who's listening. Hi, Amelia. Yes. He could shred the curtains or stab the couch, whatever. Whoops. Nope. Nope. Hi, Amelia. So, work your prosperity prayers with appreciation and awareness of and remembrance of who you are. Oh yeah, I stopped myself just in time. I heard the mental brake noise. Put the brakes on. Those brakes don't kick into gear often enough, I can tell you that. I think men and women alike love him. I think that's it. The truth. Remember the truth of who you are. And be careful in the do this to get that application of tools. The tools are, actually all the tools are to help you to remember who you are. They're actually to remember your connection to this. Whatever you call that. God or source or love or infinite intelligence or whatever. Well, that too. That was a given. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's a equal opportunity aesthetic. He's beautiful. He's a beautiful man. Let's drink some coffee. What questions do you have about any of this stuff? Be water. Be water. Yeah. Next Desire Map workshops. Let's toss that in. Throw a little business out there. Here, I'll just let you screenshot it. I'm not going to babble about it. Screenshot it if you want it. I don't feel like going on and on about it, but I will put it up there because I'm not stupid either. But I don't want to go rambling on about all the different workshops. Some days I feel like talking about those, and other days I'm just like, here's the information. You guys know how to work a computer. I don't need to go rambling on that. Any questions? If not, I will... Thank you. That's my website. CaddyshackDesigns.com. The review that's up now is a book called Tortitude. Wanted motivation to clean house, read tidying up book, now can't stop. Nice. Desire Map Facilitator. This year is the year to come up with a better name for all that stuff I do. I just don't know what it is. Oh gosh, me too, Susan. Catherine's like, I'm not reading that decluttering book that y'all are so crazy about. I'll show you. I got it right here. Whoops. Hold on. It's this book right here. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. You're rolling kitchen towels. It is expensive. The school for the work is several $1,000s, but what you get is, I mean, you go and live with Byron Katie for 2 weeks, I think. 10 days, 14 days. On site with her all day long. Martha Beck just took it, actually. 9 days. Martha Beck just took the school for the work. The tidying up book or the... We've all been, or several of us have been doing this book, and then Susan was talking about the school for the work, 9 days with Byron Katie all day. You live with her. Yeah, Martha Beck just did the school. There's a review on her website, which I think is just marthabeck.com. Oh yeah, the tidying up book. So this book has us folding our underwear in this house, which is unheard of. And part of that was Nina saying it was meditative, and I was like, well, I trust Nina's perception of things, so I was like, well, I'll at least give it a shot. And I actually did really enjoy it. I really did. Found some clothes I hadn't even worn yet. I haven't finished it. I've gone through my clothes twice. I've gone through my books twice. I'm down to one. That little bookcase behind me is all I've got left. Well, if you see someone should on you, so don't worry about that. Tell them to mind their own shoulds. I was actually surprised, Nina. I gotta tell you, I didn't believe it. It really does feel pretty good to fold when you approach it from what I did is I said, well, I haven't meditated today, so I can meditate. I can use this as a mindfulness practice, not books or shoes. Kim's like, no. You have to draw a line somewhere, I think. Papers, books, clothes, DVDs. I just found out there's a program where you can rip your DVDs to a hard drive, like an external hard drive. Well, mine's over there. I'm not going to go get it, but and get rid of your DVDs too. We don't have that many left anymore, but you can do that also. You can digitize everything. So decluttering through the book is right in divine timing with the decluttering that's going on in my head. So it's really nice to have the material experience of carrying out unused cluttery things as unused cluttery concepts are being dissolved, removed from my brain. So it's been nice. Okay. I've got 2 dogs to finish. For those of you tracking the progress on the dogs, here's the dog update. Whoops. I'll just pull that out of there. 5 done, 2 to go. Don't anybody get any ideas about ordering a commission with this many dogs on it. I will never do this again. Never. It actually wasn't that bad. It actually wasn't that bad at all. And I really liked the person. This is a gift for her parents. So some of these dogs are deceased, and some of the dogs are their current dogs. And I loved the idea of her giving that to them because their dogs are like their children. So the emotional potential for that really hooked me in, because normally I would be like, oh, hell no. I'm not drawing 7 dogs on one paper. Nope. Or board. It's actually on board. Canson illustration board. So, all right. I'm going to go. And thanks for hanging out with me. As always, I love you guys so much. So much. I couldn't do any of this without the energy of this group. I really mean that. I appreciate the hearts and the shares but what I most appreciate is the presence. Your presence is a tangible. I'm glad too, Amelia. Your presence is tangible to me. I feel it and I love it. I appreciate it. So thank you. We'll see you tomorrow with twins. Tomorrow is a twin Saturday. Thank you. Bye.